All right, let's dive in. Today, we're building a blueprint, but not for a house or anything like that. No, this is a blueprint for your professional liberation. We're talking about designing a real, actual plan to escape the daily grind. Man, that quote really hits home, doesn't it? It just perfectly captures that sneaky way we can feel stuck. The daily routine, it feels normal, even comfortable, right up until the moment you realize those habits have quietly built a cage all around you. But here's the cool part. Every cage has a lock, which means every lock has a key. And what if you could actually design that key yourself? That's what we're going to do today. We're going to build a deliberate, step-by-step plan to unlock that door. So let's get into it. Our first section is all about how we take that fussy dream of someday and turn it into something real, something you can actually touch. This is where we start drawing the blueprint. I mean, who hasn't, right? That idea of having more freedom, real control over your own time, maybe some space to finally chase a passion, it's a pretty powerful dream for a lot of us. And this is the classic standoff. Over on one side, you've got the dream, freedom, passion, control. But on the other side, there's this huge wall made of bills, fear, and just a whole lot of uncertainty. And for most people, that entire wall is built on one thing: money worries. So how do you get past that wall? Well, the solution is actually pretty simple in concept. You build yourself a financial cushion. Think of it like a giant safety net stretched out below you. It's the one thing that gives you the guts to actually make the jump. But look, a pile of cash with no purpose is, well, it's just a pile of cash. That brings us to our next part, and it's all about defining your why. This is the personal vision, the thing that's going to fuel this entire journey. And this is a really important question you got to ask yourself. We're not just saving money for the sake of it. We're saving for something. So, what does liberation actually truly look like for you? Getting super clear on this is absolutely key. And there's no right or wrong answer here. For one person, it's launching that business idea that keeps them up at night. For someone else, it's the freedom of going freelance, or taking a year off to travel. Or maybe it's as simple and profound as just having more time with family. You have to define your finish line. Okay, so we've got our why, now we need the what. In this section, we're going to take that big, inspiring vision and boil it down to a hard number. It's time to figure out your freedom number. So let's be crystal clear on what we're actually building here. A financial cushion is a special fund. Its only job is to cover your essential living expenses for a certain amount of time. We'll call that your runway, so you can walk away from your job without that awful, immediate pressure to find another paycheck. And figuring it out is way easier than you think. It's really just 3 steps. First, you add up all your non-negotiable monthly bills, the stuff you absolutely have to pay. Step 2, you add a little buffer, say 15 or 20%, for when life happens. And third, you just multiply that total by how many months of runway you want to have. And here's what that can look like in the real world. When you actually list everything out, your rent, your food, your insurance, the whole shebang, it suddenly grounds your dream in reality. This is that moment where it stops feeling like some fantasy and starts looking like a real project plan. And boom, after some simple math, you've got this. A number. Your freedom number. It's not some vague idea anymore. It's a real, tangible target. This is the finish line you're running towards. Awesome. So you've got your why and you've got your what. Now for the how. This next part is all about the practical, real-world strategies for actually building up that fund, dollar by dollar. So let's talk about some high-impact moves. First off, automation is your absolute best friend. Seriously. Set up automatic transfers to a totally separate savings account for the day you get paid. It takes willpower completely out of the equation. You can't spend money you never even see. Second, do a ruthless budget audit. This isn't about making you feel guilty. It's just about collecting data. You'd be shocked what you find. Third, make a windfall rule. Any extra cash that comes your way, a bonus, a tax refund, it goes straight into the fund. No debate. And finally, think about a side hustle. Even a little extra income, if it's 100% dedicated to this goal, can speed up your timeline like you wouldn't believe. And listen, seeing something like this is so powerful. A simple chart that tracks your progress, it makes it all real. It turns what feels like a really long journey into a bunch of small, satisfying wins. You can literally watch your freedom grow. All right, and now we're here, the final part, and let's be real, it's the most exciting part. The final countdown. You're getting super close to your number. So what happens next? Just imagine this for a second. After all that planning, all that saving, the day finally comes. You check your account, and there it is. You hit the number. You actually did it. You've got your cushion. It's a huge, huge moment. But hitting that number is only one piece of the puzzle. The big question is, are you actually ready to pull the trigger? A successful exit takes a little more than just money in the bank. This last checklist is so important. You've got to solidify what you're leaping to. You should start networking in whatever new field you're heading into before you leave your job. Get your health insurance figured out, that's a big one. And critically, plan how you're going to resign professionally and gracefully. You never, ever want to burn bridges. So we're going to end it right here. We've walked through the entire blueprint, from the fuzzy dream to the hard number to the final leap. The only question left is the one we started with, but now it has real possibility behind it. What does your professional liberation look like?